AI agents and assistants. So yes, so let's understand when we talk about AI, there's two kinds of things inside HubSpot. There's assistants and there are agents. Agents generally are doing a particular, what do I call it, a particular task or series of tasks and getting you a result. An assistant is there to help you through the process. Like, think of it like ChatGPT, where you're asking it questions and you're getting feedback, or it's, being able to answer questions specifically to your business, because I think I saw an FAQ and a onboarding assistant possibly that you can utilize. So like you've said, assistants, you manually interact, agents can be called, and even the most exciting part, it can be called from an automation workflow to autonomously do things. So that's the exciting part about the agent. So Craig,
I
what
think
are
it's
some of the agents?
Yeah. I just think it's worth highlighting that the word agent means many things to many people. Even on the HubSpot marketplace, it's got a drop down that says agent type, and you know what one of the entries under the agent type is? Agents, and the other type is assistants. So it's like, well, hang on, one of the agent types is assistant. Like, so I can understand why people are confused, right? Yeah. But yeah, I think you've got it. Assistants, you basically chat with them. Agents, you set them up to be called autonomously, often with a bit of an input injection of like a company name, etc. But yeah, let's look at the HubSpot marketplace for agents. And just the normal HubSpot marketplace where you go for all the other integration bits, and even where you go for themes and things like that. They've got a section for Breeze agents.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of them, Craig. So we've already discussed, you would have heard us probably talk about customer agent. There's the data agent. There is a
company
deal
loss agent. Yep.
Yep, that's right. There's a video clip search agent now, which I've just discovered there in the screenshot. You've got a blog research agent. So there's lots, right? And they're rolling out. If you see a beta beside it, probably a good time to go try it because it does not consume credits. If it doesn't have that, it is consuming credits. So just be aware of that. It does take a little bit of time to set up, but well worth it to set up and actually test it out. And then it also has assistants. So like I was discussing earlier, there's an internal FAQ assistant. There's what else is there? Is there brand assistant? I haven't tried that one, Craig. There's a sales coach assistant, which is interesting. And there's an ICP assistant. So there's a few of them. You can create your own assistants within HubSpot as well. So just be aware of that.
But I think these have been built they're kind of like baby versions of when you'd have your own GPTs and things like that. So you'd chat with them.
Yes.
I've got this idea I want to walk about. And it's almost like just seeding the prompt. You could be with ChatGPT and say, I want you to act like my sales coach.
Yes.
And use these things. That's what the assistant just primes it for that.
Actually, when you install their agent and then you go in to set it up, you will actually see the prompt that is in there. And it's a good way to learn and see what's working and what's being asked of the agent or the assistant to give you what you need. So well worth looking at that.
Well, that's good because that brings us to custom agents. And I recommend this as the start. Pick one of the agents from the marketplace, install it, and that'll end up in your, what do they call it? Breeze Studio or whatever it is.
Yep.
It'll up there. You can then clone it or you can edit it and then save it as a new agent. And that's really the way to get started. And we'll often do that. We'll take we take the cross-sell agent. We've tweaked it, added our own prompts to it, and then called it our own, what do we call it? Customer upsell agent or something like that.
Yeah, you call it upsell, I think.
We've called it in our own portal. So yeah, that's agents, and yeah, as you said, assistants. Assistants end up in the Breeze Assistant that you take from the top menu. You can just switch between the Breeze Assistant and any of the assistants that you have configured. And then finally, I think it's worth calling out, there are a few of the agents in there that are kind of deeply integrated throughout the HubSpot platform. Customer agent's probably the best known, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but there's also data agent and prospecting agent. They are agents, but they've been more deeply integrated throughout.
Correct. And I'll probably add to that, Craig, the deal loss agent, I think, is another one.
Right. Is that more deeply integrated? It still just looks across deals, doesn't it? It's more just a prompt.
No, it's actually more than a prompt.
Oh, okay.
So it actually, I've been using it a bit with different people. So
yeah.
we'll add that in anyway. So yeah, there is, and so just be aware that this is there.